Used to send out tons and tons of requests for through the mail, and I also have chased a lot of in-person autographs. So I've been sending out some of these. There's like me and the Big Show, and me and Chris Benoit, King Kong Bundy. See, I got some of these signed back in the day. Some of these I'll never get signed, like Mike Awesome's deceased, Chris Canyon's deceased. There's a bunch, Benoit's deceased. There's a bunch of guys that are deceased, a bunch of these wrestlers. There's Stevie Ray, Lance Storm. There's Nikita Koloff and Dusty Rhodes. There's me and Bam Bam. Me and Vampiro and Rey Mysterio. Booker T, New Jack. There's Test and Trish. Well, if you ever watched any of my other videos, you saw I had signings with Brian Christopher, and he died shortly after that signing. There's me and Tommy Rich. See, some of these I have signed already. Like I got Dan Severn. Let's just go through and show some of the ones we got signed already. I'd like to get this Ric Flair signed, but I don't want to pay like $50 to get it signed. There's Mr. Perfect. I need to send that off to Ricky Morton. I think he signs his mail. There's an autographed Jordan Patton. He was on Face Off, and he was also in the Bungfutters movie, which you see the this Bungfutters movie I made. It's got Jordan in it. Also has Cage from Lucha Underground. Me and Godsmack. We actually got to play Frisbee with him that day. It was fun. There's Earnhardt and Earnhardt Jr. when he was a kid. Me and Evander Holyfield. There's Garth Brooks. Me and Joe Walsh. Me and Glenn Fry. Me and Disturbed. This is cool right here. This is a cool story here. Chris Samuels was the #1 draft pick for the Redskins back in 2000, I think it was. And he asked me if he could borrow my Polaroid. And I was like, why? He goes, well, Bone Thugs and Harmony is down here at the next gate, and I want to get them to sign this. Get a picture and sign it. I said, well, if you take a picture of me, I'll take a picture of you, and we'll get him signed. That's cool. So me and Chris Samuels both got Bone Thugs and Harmony. I never ran into Chris again, but if I ever do, I'm going to ask him if he remembers that day. That was cool. I met NSYNC several times. This was actually when they performed at the Super Bowl back in the day. Then we met some of them later on. Had a golf tournament. I said Chevy Chase and Tom Arnold, Judd Nelson from Breakfast Club, Noah Wiley from ER, Regis Philbin, he just passed away recently. Our Weekend at Bernie's, Jonathan Silverman, Barbara Eden, ran into Jim Neighbors at the Super Bowl one year, and Bill Murray. Yeah, I'd like to get some of these signed. I need to find out who signs their mail. Like John O'Hurley from Seinfeld, and Richard Karn from Home Improvement, D.B. Sweeney, Cynthia Rothrock, Jesse Jackson. There's Jessica Lynch. The little girl that I'm holding is my daughter, and she's 18 now. So that tells you how old that picture is. Jerry Orbach from Dirty Dancing and Law and Order. I just have this thing. I met Tom Berenger a couple years ago, and Zach Galligan. This is from our Bungfutters movie. We took that from when we shot the scene there. President Bush. There's me and Zeke. And Joey Bosa. See, some of these I have signed, so I'm working on getting as many signed as I can. I saw John Brockington, I think, signs his mail for like $5, so I'll probably send that to him. This is just, there's Michael Thomas, probably the greatest receiver in football. Archie Griffin. This is what I'm working on, guys. Like I said, there's some missing because I'm getting ready to send out to them. I'll probably send out about, 20 or 30 of these. There's Jeff Hostetler. He has a picture price and a card price. His card price is $15. His photo price is $50. I'm not paying $50 to get this signed. I'd probably pay $15. He was a really nice guy. I actually did a signing with Jeff Hostetler. And this is one of the very few signings he's ever done. He just does not like to do signings. So, like I said, I'll try send that with $15, see if I can get it signed. There's Major Harris he did a show with us. Rasheed Marshall, he was WVU, and he also played for the 49ers. Quincy Wilson. This is when I was down on the field at the WVU game with Reggie Rembert. He used to play for the Bengals. It was me and him and Major. This is a nice one right here, me and Emmett. I got to work with Emmett for about 7 hours a day. I just sent out a Tony Dorsett. It was a picture of me and Tony together. Cowboys are like my favorite teams. Don Meredith. You know, it meant a lot to me to get these Cowboy guys. There's a sign by Mel Renfro. Signed by Ed Too Tall Jones. See, I just sent out to Drew Pearson. I just sent out to Moose. I just sent out to Bradshaw. I don't think he does his mail anymore. Oh, there's the Rocky Blyer. We can put it back. There we go. Put it back in there. I saw Mean Joe Green signs his mail, but he wants $50. I'm not going to pay $50 to get that signed. Andy Russell signs his mail. I think I just sent a photo out to Andy Russell. It was a different one. Coach Noel. Well, if you see some of these guys that, I know Jerry Mullen signs, but I kind of only want to get this stuff like where I'm together with them. Get those signed. I might get these signed just because they're kind of unique photos. There's Bill Cowher. I don't know if Bill Cowher signs or not, but he was a really nice guy. There's me and Cordell. He signed that for me. And got DeMonte Dawson autograph. Got Greg Pruitt signed. There's a Tim Couch signed. I got a better picture of Jim Brown. I got one with me and Jim Brown together. Me and Dante Lavelli. That's a nice signed one. Dante was a really good friend of mine. I actually represented him a little bit. I was one of his sports marketing agent guys. I would find him stuff, work. Ickey Woods. There's Isaac Curtis. Said get Munoz, but Munoz charges like $20. I just don't like paying $20. This was one of my clients, Coy Bacon. You might remember him from the Upper Deck Legends set. He was a great player. He should be in the Hall of Fame. He was such a nice guy. He would call me up anytime he drove by my town and take me out to dinner. He was just the coolest dude. I don't know why he liked me so much. There's me and Bart Starr. That was a cool photo. Ray Nitschke died about 7 days after this photo. Ray Nitschke was such a good guy. This is the day that Ray Lewis was arrested for murder. Literally about 6 hours after I met him, he was arrested down there. But he was a really nice guy, actually. There's an autograph Mark Rippon. There's the Chris Samuels. That's that day I was telling you about. I went ahead and got Chris to sign that for me. And here's Ricky Williams when he played for minor league baseball. I used to see him every day. He'd come into my Blockbuster I worked at. I would knock off the fees of his movies and stuff because, he'd be out on the road for like a week or two. There's an autograph Steve Berline. Joe Montana and the $1 Million Backfield. I think some of these guys, I'm not sure which ones are living still. Wyatt Tittle's deceased now. I don't know about Joe Perry and Hugh McElhaney and John Henry Johnson. I was thinking John Henry. I'm not sure if those guys are living or not. It's been so long since I've been doing any kind of sports-related stuff. It's probably been about 20 years. I heard Tom Osborne doesn't sign his mail anymore. I think Jack Kemp's deceased now. Picture autographed by McMahon. I'm not sure if Dick Butkus signs anything or not. Or Dan Hampton. There's Dicka. I heard some people have been getting Dicka back for $5. I'm not sure about McNabb. That was actually McNabb's rookie year. There's Lenny Moore. Probably never get that Marcus Allen signed. He's not a very good signer. Cool. Bud Grant. He didn't want to take the picture with me, and I said, Bud, I have this album that has almost every Hall of Famer in it with me. And I said, you don't want to be left out of that, do you? He's like, well, I can't be left out of that now, can I? I was like, nope, you can't. So he took a picture with me. He was super cool. There's Tony Gonzalez. I don't know if he does his mail or not anymore. Like I said, it's been such a long time since I've done any of this stuff. There's Tony Dungy, you can't really tell, and Warren Moon. There's an autograph of Leroy Selman. Hopefully I'm not boring you guys too much. This is one of the coolest ones I've got, and he's one of the coolest guys I ever met. Is Johnny Unitas. He was a super nice guy. He was probably my favorite. There's Peyton. John Mackey, he wouldn't take a picture with me unless I was wearing his Super Bowl rings. You can see me wearing his rings. Edgerrin James. I got locked into this elevator with Joe Namath, and I thought I was gonna go up to the next floor and get as many autographs as I could, but security kicked me out right before the door shut, so I wasn't able to get any more autographs. I think he signed one for me. Oh, there's Paul Horning. I could send that to him. I heard some people have been getting some Paul Hornings back. I don't know about Sonny Jurgensen. Mark Burnell used to do his mail. I don't know if he still does or not. There's a bunch of stuff missing here. Like I was going to send to Kyle Bowler and Charlie Trippy, Jeff George, Dave Robinson. I sent to all those guys. I sent to Larry Little. I already had Dwight Stevenson. There's a Brian Cox autograph. As you can tell, I've been doing this for a while. There's a Herman Moore autograph. And Urban Meyer. It's an A.J. Green. Duke Snyder, he was a nice guy too. There's Jeter. Don Mattingly. Johnny Bench. Pete Rose. George Foster. Buck O'Neill. This is Robin Ventura and Garth Brooks. Garth was doing Mets camp. We ended up hitting him every day really hard. I know Mahler does it, but I think he's like $40 or something. I'm not going to pay $40 to get that signed. I think Parker's like $20. I don't think I want to pay $20 to get that signed either. Somebody said Winfield was like $40. I'm not paying $40 to get that signed. We did a signing with Bob Feller one time. He signed like 100 baseballs for me for like $300. He was a super nice guy. There's Kirby. He signed 100 bats for us that day. Too bad I didn't have any left. Piazza and Chipper. And this is back in spring training, man. This brings back some memories. Here's Palmer and Nicholas, but it's the wrong Palmer and Nicholas. It's Nicholas, but it's Jim Palmer and not Arnold Palmer. Thought about sending that to Jim for $10 just to have in my album. There's Canseco I could send. I think he does it for like $10. July 11, I think he's like $20 or $30. That's just too much, but I would like to get that signed. Here's Nick Swisher. He's from our hometown. There again, that's my daughter. She's 18 now, so it's crazy. I want to go some of these photos were. There's Jordan. There's John Havlicek. I actually wrote a book, and you can read some of the stories about some of these guys I met. There's Bill Russell. It's available on Amazon. There's Barkley. Dr. J. I'd like to get that signed. I just sent out the Bob Cousy. This is a nice one. Hal Greer. Got an autograph of Rick Barry. Autograph of Mark Recchi. I remember this. This is Wayne Gretzky at the Super Bowl. And I ended up getting 24 autograph index cards at this time. I was killing him index cards. He kept, passing up all the hockey stuff. He didn't want to sign it, so he just kept grabbing the index cards, and I just kept handing them to him. It was me and Sam Snead. We were in his living room for about 45 minutes, just sitting there watching golf, and he was signing a bunch of stuff for us. There's Tiger. There we go. That's you're looking at some of the projects I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to keep sending out probably 100 items a week. So, hey man, stay tuned. If you like the video, hit like. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, keep watching and hit subscribe. That way you'll be alerted for any of the new videos that I put out. And let me know what you guys are getting back. Let me know what your favorites were. I'll see you next time.